Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you all are having a great day today. Before we hop into the commentary, yes, I already know, you guys are watching some Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay. I just want to switch it up a little bit. You know, I feel like Black Ops 4 is getting a little stale to watch, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 just looks awesome. I enjoy it so much, and I got some insanely saucy gameplay for you guys. So don't worry, you're not going to be at any disadvantage of not seeing sauce. There's plenty of fast-paced sauce to be donated in this game. But more specifically, I want to talk about the topic that I have today, and that is going to be for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and how they're implementing the night vision goggles into this title. Now, there was only one other Call of Duty game that actually used night vision, and that was the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And in that game, it was very cool to see something like that added in, but it wasn't really that useful, if you know what I'm saying. Usually when you put the night vision goggles on in Call of Duty 4, it puts you at a massive disadvantage, to a point that you didn't even want to use the night vision goggles. And I understand, it was still cool to have them and everything like that, but it's kind of at that point a useless feature in the game. And I don't want them to be a useless feature in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which they're not. They're actually looking pretty decent, because they do have maps specifically catered to the night vision gameplay. I think it's called, I don't know, something like hardcore or something like that, where it's pretty much pitch black. You don't have to use night vision, but you're pretty much going to die if you don't use the night vision. So you're practically forced to using night vision. And with the night vision, it's just a lot of cool gameplay. You can't ADS, you have to use the laser sight to shoot your enemies, so you're always hip firing. But it's not as bad as you think. One-shot headshots, everything like that is in this hardcore specific game mode. But I don't think that's the best way they could have implemented night vision goggles into this game. Don't you think that that might get a little stale? I mean, for me personally, I think I won't really be enjoying that game mode that much. I'll probably just go back to the 6v6 or 10v10, 20v20 game modes and completely skip that complete overhaul of the game. I just wouldn't enjoy having to be forced to use night vision 24/7. I feel like it could be changed a little bit. It could be used differently in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And there's a lot of different ways that I think they could actually go about this. Now, the first thing that I thought of was pretty much allowing you to switch on and off lights. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a feature in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We didn't even see that much gameplay. I'm just kind of throwing different ideas out there. But wouldn't it be pretty awesome if you could approach a building that someone is camping in, and before breaching in, you could actually, kill the whole power to the building, forcing you to engage with night vision, or go at the disadvantage of, without night vision and using your sights and stuff like that, whatever you want to do. But it would change the environment, and that would actually add another layer of gameplay to this title. Instead of just, running and gunning and hopping into the building, it gives you more ideas, different strategies that you can approach different situations, and being able to cut power out and changing the actual gunfights that could possibly or potentially happen in this building could definitely be a game changer. Another awesome thing that I thought might be pretty cool in this game is if you could actually shoot out lights as well. So let's say you approach a situation, once again, someone camping in a building. Let's say you go into the building, you're slowly approaching the room that they're camping in. And let's say their room is either lit by a lamp that's in the corner or a ceiling light or something like that. Wouldn't it be pretty cool if you can actually interact with the environment? What if you could shoot out the lights? Let's say he knows you're in the building, and there's a bunch of ceiling lights going throughout the hallway. What if you could actually approach the building, shoot out all the lights that are lighting up the whole hallway, and that changes the environment. You're prepared for that. You know there's going to be no lights in this situation, so you already have your night vision on and ready to go. But the enemy isn't prepared for something like that. He still thinks everything in the room, everything in this situation is still clear for him. He doesn't have to stress about anything. But when the lights finally kick out, it puts you at the advantage now. So now the camper, the person who usually always has the advantage in any situation, is now at the disadvantage of the whole situation. Now they are the one that might get possibly killed here because they weren't ready for that situation. But it also adds another skill gap as well, because players are eventually going to get used to that. They're eventually going to predict that, or predict things like that. Maybe people will shoot lights out. And that, that just made me think as well. What if you are the camper, and you are prepared for a situation like that? Let's say you approach the building, and you shoot out all the lights inside the building first, beforehand. So you're ready for when someone pushes in. Now the other player who is pushing in, they are kind of approaching the building, ready for a dark lights out situation. but the person that's camping inside the building is already prepped. Let's say they have claymores set around or something like that, and they're ready to go. You know, it's a lot of different cool, unique ideas that you could do if you interact with the lighting system and the night vision goggles. I don't want these night vision goggles to go to waste. I really like them. I feel like they have such a good purpose in this game that they could be used for different situations. They could be used for more tactical gameplay, more aggressive gameplay. Like I said, it could either draw campers out or it helps campers as well. It just adds for a lot of variety into the game. But of course, there's always a downside to this. This would only be able to work if they change that hardcore game mode that they made and make it easier to see at night. So you're not forced to use night vision goggles when you're outside of buildings or anything like that. Because as you know, natural lighting is very obvious. You know, it lights up buildings. Night vision goggles obviously are not needed during the daytime, which probably over half of them, or probably all of them, are going to be placed during the daytime. So the only way I could possibly see these night vision goggles working is if there's like basement sections to these daytime maps where there's no windows or no natural light that can get into the area, or caves or sewers and stuff like that. If that stuff is implemented into the game, then I can see that stuff being added into daytime maps, and you could use night vision goggles. But I still don't see that. I don't think that's going to be a thing. So the only way that I see night vision goggles even useful is in their hardcore specific game mode, where the maps are during the night. But I think that you should be able to see during the night as well, which would add another layer of gameplay. It would allow you to see, have like street lights on or something that lights up the map a little bit, and then you could implement those other features that I said early in the video, and they would work. Being able to go into buildings and shoot out the lights, or kill the lights to certain sections of the maps, and then you would be forced to, on the fly, pretty much flip on your night vision goggles. Maybe have a timer. Maybe you can shut off the lights to one portion of the map for 10 to 15 seconds. And then they automatically come back on, and then you have to wait like a minute or two until you can turn off the lights again to that section. Something like that. That adds variety into the game mode. That allows you to use the night vision goggles and make them useful. Because if none of this stuff is included, if they only go for that full nighttime version of the game where you're forced to use night vision goggles, it's going to be useless again. It's going to turn into another Call of Duty 4 where the night vision goggles would always put you at a disadvantage, or in this game, or in this case, you just wouldn't want to play the game. You know, you wouldn't want to do that game mode. So nobody will be in that game mode, which means nobody will be using night vision goggles, which once again would put it at a horrible disadvantage. So I highly urge you, Infinity Ward. I really hope that you make the decision to change this whole night game mode up a little bit. Make it so you can see, add streetlights, all that good stuff, and add in features that will change the combat. Make things fun, spice things up. I want to see some innovation with this game. I'm really hoping that they do something solid with night vision goggles. Because if they don't, then once again, it's just going to be another useless feature that they just used to get people for their nostalgic feelings and bring us back in. So I hope that they do something big with this. But I'm extremely curious on how all of you guys think about all this stuff. Do you think my ideas are good? Do you think they're bad? How do you feel about this general discussion? And what do you think about the night vision goggles so far in Call of Duty Modern Warfare? I've heard a lot of mixed emotions with a lot of YouTube channels of people saying that they're just kind of boring. It's one of those game modes that you would play once and never play again. And things like that worry me. And I could even tell by just watching the gameplay that it's definitely just one of those game modes that you would probably play 1 or 2 times and you're like, okay, that was fun, but I'm just going to go back to playing regular Call of Duty. So I don't want that to die. I really do not want that to die. I have such high expectations for them to just go sky high with these night vision goggles. They keep bragging about how awesome they are, how much detail they put into these things. So don't go to waste with it. Don't just completely throw them in the trash. Show off your work. Show us that you did something amazing with these night vision goggles, and allow us to use them in cool and dynamic ways. I feel like if you use some of the tips that I did earlier in this video, that it would be an interesting game mode. Just imagine a nighttime game mode where you can still see, it's like Black Ops 4, it's dark, but you can still spot the enemies. And just with interactive ways of engaging other enemies in their camping spots, or in buildings, or in alleyways, or anything of that sort. just messing with the lighting of the map and just having these on-off moments of, sometimes you're engaging without the night vision, and then in the blink of an eye you have to, slip them on really quick because shit just hit the fan, and you have to, start hit firing everybody, and then the lights pop back on so you can take them off again and go back in. It's a lot of cool things that you can do and interact with the environment. Call of Duty has always been one of those games that just can't interact with the environment very well. They never were able to. They tried to do it with Ghost, but it just didn't work too well with Ghost. I'll just say that. They could have done a lot better with how they interacted with the environments of Ghost. But I'm going to leave this commentary off there. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and shout out to the Endgame Squad for, of course, watching till the very end. You guys mean the most to me. But if you enjoyed this video and you're very new to this channel from the YouTube search, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification, helps get notified, all that good stuff, and like the video as well. Everything is very appreciated, and I love it if you do. And also, if you just want to chat with me or get a little more personal with the channel, check out any of my content. It's over on Twitter, @JbowenDaMan, and also I've been trying to stream a little bit more. I've actually streamed, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm going to try to stream more often. It's hard because now that I'm trying to do YouTube videos 7 days, it's going to kind of chop into the stream time, even though I don't stream that much as it is, so you can already tell that I'm probably not going to stream that often. But I'm going to try to get into the streams as well. That's over on Twitch, JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.